I hope you've been good. I'm so happy that you're here. If you're new here, let me give you a quick recap. For the next 6 months, we are on a mission to change a lot in my life by focusing and working consistently on a few key aspects, which are career, finances, physical health, mental health, and I kind of been adding appearance also. I'm Lucia, 30-year-old casting director who lives in Paris, but originally from Hungary, and we are already on the 6th episode of this series, so kind of halfway done, I guess. And this week, I'm really gonna focus on the career part of this whole 6 months changing my life series. Soon it's going to be Fashion Week, Men's and Couture, and I also have a lot of work this week because we are already starting to prepare for Fashion Weeks in May, and then I kind of randomly got a bunch of work out of nowhere, which is amazing. I'm so happy for it. But yes, this week's gonna be busy, and I thought it would be interesting to give you a little bit of insight of what this job is, because it's something that you cannot study or can't really find that much of what we actually do, or if you want to work this job, what skills do you need or what do you want to do. So I want to make this video a little bit educational to make you understand what this job is, and also want to just show you some behind the scenes and tell you about some experiences and how I build my network, or how I get jobs, how I operate as a freelancer. So today is Thursday, May 15th, and in the next couple days I'm gonna be working a lot on a lookbook for a client who's in London. Also, I'm going to organize a casting for that, which is going to be on Monday, so I'm gonna be emailing a lot and also making some presentations, but I might get someone to make the presentation if it gets really busy. And then I also have a lot to prepare for the upcoming fashion weeks. I need to reach out to the regular clients I usually work with and see what jobs are lined up, and then I will see all the rest of the things to kind of build around that. So that's roughly the plan. And then also I'll have an editorial to work on, which still needs to be approved, but I do want to explain to you how I manage my jobs as a freelancer and also someone who wants to turn their freelancing into a company. Let's start with the ongoing and the returning clients that I've been working with for years or months. To be completely honest, most of the work I do comes from the network that I built up in the 10 years of me living in Paris, just in general, even before I started working in the fashion industry. But I went to university here and I met with so many people who've been helping me in this whole career building journey super unexpectedly. But I guess that part is a little bit luck, and also me being a very very social person who just literally talks to everyone, because I genuinely like talking to new people and making contact without having an agenda. That kind of came in handy when I was building up my career, because this job is really a lot about having a network, and especially when you're a freelancer and you don't have a stable job or you're not hired at any company full-time. So since I have this so-called network, but also a lot of friends that I have a very good relationship with, they are recommending me for things. A lot of times, if one of my casting director friend cannot take a job, they would recommend me, and I do the same. So most of the times the people I know reach out to me if they have any upcoming jobs, but I also do a lot of active reach out to people I already know, and then also I've been working on to reach out more to new clients, which is a little bit harder. I have time periods that are less busy, and then sometimes that are more busy. That's usually during fashion weeks, which you might know that there is not just one fashion week in a year, but a bajillion, and the whole year is basically a big fashion week, mainly Paris, Milan, and London. And when it's really busy, I mean really busy, I would work 10-15 hours a day on an easier day, and then sometimes we would work a lot of all-nighters, and that would go on for weeks and months, depending on how many shows or how many clients I have at the moment. So it can get a little bit much rush time period, and then I know that I will have time to chill and relax and recover when I have less busy time periods. I really try to work on first first of all reaching out to new clients and just like trying to do anything that would help me build up my network, like organize meetings, go to events, try to get invited to events, or also like I started doing YouTube for this reason exactly, because first of all I wanted to make some educational videos about like castings and, you know, help models to understand the whole process and help people who want to like get into this job, and also because, you know, it's fun and I like making videos. But I think it's really helping me to also find like a new way to increase my network and kind of like see a little bit different like aspect of this whole industry. But then also I have like creative projects that are not necessarily for me to make money, but kind of just to have something that is more creative and is really for me. Doing some of my hobbies or things that I like is very important to do while you have like a very stressful job. This means I would do videos, jewelry making, anything crafty. I like to draw, paint, and do anything kind of with my hands, and I always have some new obsession that I want to try. To give you a little bit of an insider view into what my job actually looks like, it's not always like me fashion weeks and me casting models and seeing a bunch of people and going to cool events. Most of the time is sitting in front of my laptop, sitting in front of my computer, a lot of emailing back and forth, charting things, using Excel, budgeting stuff, negotiating, a lot of annoying admin work, organizing a bunch of like files and documents that come in, like all the pictures or the packages, going over applications. Then you have to do like presentations and talk with different teams. And also I do a lot of like kind of like market research, which is like researching like models and talents and upcoming talents, and then making like presentations out of like who's going to be the next big star and stuff, and then like send those to clients who are like looking for ambassadors or stuff like this. So it's a little bit like all over the place, and it really depends on the exact job that I actually do. A couple weeks out of the whole year I would have like in-person castings and in-person meetings, photo shoots, filmings, fashion shows and events or whatever to go to, which is like nice because at least I get out of the house and not just like work at home all the time. So I wanted to make this video really like, oh, come along and I'll show you how's my week working, but I literally just ended up being in front of my laptop for days and I didn't find that very interesting. But I'm making the next video where it's gonna be a little bit more like come along, and I'll just show you like a little bit more of my days as a casting director and really focusing on the next couple months to like pull my life together. But for now, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was interesting, even though it was just literally me talking and some b-roll. But anyways, have a good day. See you soon. Bye.